Okay, I'm excited about this one. It's a new beer from Lineman called Saga, and it's Tart Kviek, Norwegian farmhouse beer. Cheers. Okay, yeah, Tart Kviek. Kviek is the Norwegian word for yeast, or one of the dialect words for yeast anyway. There's several different words that the Norwegians use, but this is one of them, and it's become a really popular yeast to brew with because you can ferment it at higher temperatures, which is really cool because this time of year that's absolutely perfect. It's almost harder to get the temperature high enough to ferment it at. Ale temperatures around about 18-20 degrees. This is up to anything up to 30-35 degrees I've heard of. But yeah, it's really bizarre. I'm looking forward to it. I've had kviek beer recently, which I wasn't a huge fan of. But this one, the thing I like about this one is because it says tart in front of it. I'm expecting the flavours of like orange marmalade, sort of really fruity, hoppy beer, but the tartness might just be enough to cut through those yeasty, hoppy flavours. It's tricky to explain, but let's give it a go and see what it's like. Anyway, yeah, cheers. Okay, so it's pouring with a reasonably big head on it, which is really nice. Densely compact foam, really nice. The shade of colour of the beer is just like, there's got to be something like a pure Pilsner malt, or I'm not going to read the side of it just yet, but it's probably like a Pilsner malt, or yeah, it has to be really light coloured malt, maybe a lager malt. Looks fantastic. Bit of a hiss on the side of it. Plenty of carbonation going on it. Looks really good. Looks really interesting. Not huge amounts. I got a bit of a stuffed nose at the minute, but not huge amounts on the aroma. Okay. Yeah, I was expecting more on the aroma, but we'll see what it's like inside. Maybe it's like a more delicate version. Tart, very tart, and absolutely fantastic for it. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting beer because I've had a few kvieks in the past, and they're not all. I'm not the biggest fan of kviek beer. Let's just say that for now. But this beer is starting off really interesting because it's not what I expected when I first took a sip from it. Yeah, like not too heavily fruity aroma on the top, but there's some sort of fruity element. You know, there's some sort of hops going on in there, but I couldn't say which. Now, I don't know if there's a canning date on it. I've specifically not looked at the can too much because I don't really want to know much about it before I actually taste the beer. Best before the 20th of August this year. Okay, I'm not sure when it was brewed, but I think that's less. That must be like a 6 month shelf life on this beer. Mark Lucy's probably put a lower shelf life on this beer because he wants it drunk fresh, and that's not a bad thing at all. Anyway, appearance looks great. The head is holding, but just like a half finger width. There's a bit of dissipation on the top of it. Mouthfeel of this beer is just really nice. It's light mouthfeel, almost like lager, but without that heavy carbonation. In place of that is this really refreshing and enjoyable tart element to the beer. The yeast itself isn't playing a huge part in the beer, and I think that's to be commended. Yeah, mouthfeel. Light enough. Your mouth just gets a huge coating of tartness, but not puckering tartness, just really nice, full on, not puckering sourness, none of that. Very nice beer indeed. Don't get a huge amount of hops off of it. There is some kind of tropical element to it. It's less. In fact it's less like tropical hops and more like melon or like the faintness of a raspberry or something like that. Not really sure what the hops are, what they're supposed to be in it, but yeah, they're sitting right in the background anyway. Not getting in the way of it. What's the bitterness like? There's a very light bitterness to this beer. Maybe a bit of berries. It does taste a bit like berries. In fact, I think now I've put that idea in my head. It's like there's a fruitiness to it, but it's also there's a little bit of acidity to it, like berries and citrus or something. Very, very nice beer. Yeah, appearance, mouthfeel, aroma. I think this beer is absolutely fantastic, especially in the summer. So yeah, 4.5% ABV, which is really nice sessionable strength beer. Brewed with wheat and lager malts. Lager malts. So it is not, obviously it's not a lager, but I mean it's a kviek beer, so it's brewed with kviek yeast, but it does have that lagery sort of element to it. I think it's just because lost a bit of clarity there. It must have kicked up a bit of the kviek in the bottom of it. It must be. It has that kind of that lagery feel about it, even though it's tart. It's really strange. Azacca and Styrian Wolf hops. Styrian Wolf I've used once in the past to make a beer. Not sure if that's berries or something. Azacca, tropical fruity. You could say this is tropical fruity. The tartness is what comes out on top. It's really it dominates most of it. Oh, so thirst quenching. It's really, really nice to drink this beer. The Saga Styrian Wolf provide a deliciously refreshing and fruity session beer. Fruity, tart, kviek. This is a solid beer. I really, really enjoy this beer. It's perfect for this kind of weather. Out in the sun, 4.5%. Not gonna knock you off your feet, but the flavour will do. Yeah, absolutely love it. Cheers. Sláinte.